Shalom Yasharel. Join me as I take on the challenge of practicing gratitude every single day for a month. Let's see how it can change my life. Let's talk about gratitude. Gratitude is one of those buzzwords that gets tossed around a lot. But what does it really mean? To me, it's about taking a step back and appreciating the little things in life. It's about recognizing that even on the worst days, there's always something to be thankful for. And I truly believe that when we make gratitude a daily practice, it can be transformative. I think we can all agree that life can be tough sometimes. Negative thoughts can creep in, and before we know it, they're consuming our mind. We get stuck in a rut, focusing on what's lacking instead of what we already have. And let's be real, social media doesn't help. We're consistently bombarded with edit highlight reels that make us feel like we're not good enough. It's easy to get caught up in comparison and negativity. For many of us, it's hard to shift our focus away from what's going wrong and onto what's going right. We get stuck in a cycle of complaining, criticizing, and blaming. And before we know it, the negativity starts to seep into other areas of our lives. We start to feel unhappy, unfulfilled, and just plain stuck. I think we have all been there at some point or another. We were so focused on what we don't have that we forget to appreciate what we do have. And that's exactly why daily gratitude practice can be so powerful. It forces us to slow down, take stock of our lives, and focus on the good stuff. But how do we actually do that? How do we make gratitude a daily habit? For me, it's all about finding a practice that works for you. Maybe that's journaling every morning, writing down three things you're grateful for. Maybe it's taking a few minutes each day to express thanks to someone who's made a positive impact in your life. Or maybe it's as simple as taking a few deep breaths and focusing on the present moment. I just want to give all credit to the Most High. Just want to humbly Baruch you, if you may. Just want to thank you. I've found that when I make gratitude a priority, it starts to change my perspective. I start to see the world in a different light. I start to appreciate the little things like a good cup of coffee or a beautiful sunset. And that in turn starts to shift my focus away from what's lacking and onto what I already have. Praise ye, family. I want to share a personal story with you that really drives this point home. A few years ago, I was going through a tough time. I just lost my job, I was struggling to make ends meet, and I felt like my whole world was just crashing down around me. But one day, I stumbled upon a gratitude journal, and it changed everything. I started writing down three things I was grateful for every day, no matter how small they seemed. And at first, it felt forced. It felt like I was just going through the motions. But as the days turned into weeks and the weeks turned into months, I started to notice a shift. I started to see the world in a different way. I started to appreciate the little things, like a warm bed to sleep in, or a good friend who was always there to listen. I hear you, Daddy man. You don't see me working? And that gratitude started to seep into other areas of my life. I started to feel more positive, more hopeful, and more at peace. And that in turn started to affect the people around me. They started to notice the change in me, and they started to ask, what was I doing differently? The benefits of daily gratitude are clear: improved mental health, better relationships, and a more positive outlook on life. When we focus on what we're grateful for, we start to see the world in a different light. I just want to give all praise to the Most High because I'm actually living that right now. I can see the world through a different light. We start to appreciate the little things, and that in turns to start shifting our focus away from what's lacking and onto what we already have. Thanks for watching, everyone. If you have a daily gratitude practice that you'd like to share, please leave it in the comments below. And if you're new here, consider subscribing for more content of mindfulness and personal growth. Don't forget to check out my next video on mindfulness techniques. It's a game changer. And like I said at the end of every video, family, it's your boy Makai, a spiritual Hebrew. And this channel is for the lost souls, the 12 lost tribes of Israel. I'm here to help y'all come back home to the true creator of heaven and earth. And like I say at the end of every video, Shalom, Yasharel.